All right. Well, not really the decks that I expected to see here in this round of four, but I'm pretty excited to see how these two very unique players are going to go up against each other. So I think we should just start the game, Crip.
Let's get into it. These are two players that have won a lot of tournaments based on their creativity with their deck building.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite curious to see how this goes down. Now we do see the reincarnate in Kolento's mulligan, so that is obviously his control reincarnate shaman. This is the deck he opened up against Eloise. And Silentstorm, I believe we're seeing like the mech side of things. The mech side of his decks, I believe, is part of the.
Yeah, it should be the Face Hunter.
Is it the face?
I believe
Oh
that
yeah, it is
it
the core
is.
rager. The core
Yeah.
rager is in the face deck. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is his most aggressive one, I guess you would say it's more aggressive than the Murloc one. But this is a pretty solid build that he has here. I think that this is one that he's not afraid about getting a win with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a little bit. You know, Hunter seems like a strange one because the aggressive decks, they need to be a bit more refined for them to be really effective. But because the control decks are just kind of slower than normal, like everything is slower paced because
Yeah.
it's really hard to fit in all the cards you want. There's just not enough good ones. So the game just plays at a slower pace, and that Hunter hero power gets a lot more ins before the Hunter ends up dying.
Certainly the case. We do see here that coining out those feral spirits actually going to put Silentstorm in kind of a gross spot here. Not really where he
Yeah.
wants to be at, but I like the add of Demolisher in here. This is the cool thing when you can only have one copy of a card. We get to see like a huge variety of cards that
Yeah.
aren't normally around.
I mean, if you're gonna play Face Hunter, this is the way to watch. You want to see Mukla. You want to see, okay, so you don't want to see Undertaker. Maybe you do these days. It's kind of an
Yeah.
interesting card these days. Didn't used to
Oh,
be. Didn't used to
yeah.
be.
No,
But
it used to be,
yeah, certainly cards like Demolisher, even Core Rager we saw in his original mulligan. Core Rager, I think, was actually the least played card out of BlackRock.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, I think it's the worst card.
You think it's actually the worst card, or it's
No,
the least played?
I think it's the least played because there's just no reason to be adventurous playing Hunter on ladder. There's a good way to do it, and if you're not doing that, you're not doing it right.
Okay, I can get on board with that. I can say honestly, I have not played it even one game, so I guess that makes sense.
Oh wow, the Glaive Zuka here is huge. I mean, even if it has the Demolisher, which is not what you want, it's still okay, because you can drop the Mukla against an empty board, which is perfect.
Oh yeah.
He loses the 50-50 though, so that's a little bit of a downer. But Soundstorm in good shape to make some magic here. Kolento has good cards, but they're all just really slow right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is his slowest deck out of them, and he is going up against Space Hunter, so this is a pretty bad matchup for him overall. I do like just getting his own 5/5 on the board, hoping to trade that. He sees, of course, that, Silentstorm's kind of running out of cards pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
as long as he
Soundstorm,
can trade into this, it should be alright.
yes, he's not going to be able to, but he's going to be able to get that MC Tech if he wants. And the question is it worth the risk? Because if you MC Tech and you get, like, the Argent Squire, you really don't accomplish much. I guess now
the
with
Hex is
though.
such a good draw, though.
Now with the Hex, it's not a big risk.
Oh.
Whoa!
I thank you.
Wow. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that makes Lightning Storm
didn't
totally viable.
quite
Yeah.
Soundstorm is laughing it up. Soundstorm is one of those players who really shows nothing.
Man, that's a rough MC tech right there. Look at that, and he even rolls high. This just like switched around so quickly right there.
Yeah, that was 1 out of 8 RNG, completely in Kolento's favor. And Soundstorm, I mean, when you're this far behind on board, this is your only play. It seems pretty good though. I mean, with the 6.
I see a lethal for next turn, so that's pretty rough. Will he hex his own guy? I mean, it's Kolento. He could.
Yeah. I think here you roll for Taunt Totem, and if you don't get it, you hex your own guy.
Yeah. I think you got to kill both these guys as well.
I wonder.
Can Kolento make the tough play?
Again, because of the Challengestone rules here, there's not much of a need to play against stuff like Unleash. Like Silentstorm can only have one copy of it in all 3 decks. It's probably in this one, like face.
Let me check. Actually, I don't know if it is. I wouldn't put it in this one personally. Yeah, he didn't put it in this.
Always little time.
I think it's. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put it in the face one. It's like one of the slowest cards, kind of. Oh, and he's dead. Kolento doesn't make the tough move here. And that,
like, how do you play around Leroy?
no, of course. That Hunter hero power, man. That's
a good one.
It's pretty good, I heard. Yeah.
And Wolf Rider. He would have died anyway if he hexed his own
Yeah.
stuff. He needed to get a taunt totem and hex his own guy. And there was like no way we were doing that.
Yeah. Well,
there's another factor here actually because these players are not able to watch the previous games. It's still that unknown factor. Kolento has no idea what's in Silentstorm's deck, and Silentstorm has no idea what's in Kolento's deck. And because of that, Silentstorm not revealing the Wolf Rider is, obviously he didn't have to, but if he did, it would have been a pretty big mistake because it's not. Yes, it's Conquest. This deck is not played anymore, but because of the challenge, it would mean that Wolf Rider would not be in the next 2 decks.
yeah.
At least now Kolento knows that Leroy is not in the next 2 decks.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good point. That's something that I like about this type of tournament format where all the games are played before any of the players get to sit down and watch anything. Because, like, that the way that we have most Hearthstone tournaments where it just goes on and on and on, the players, like, if you're from a big team or have a nice group of friends helping you network, they might just send you the deck list of the guy you're playing next, and he might not have that.
Writing down stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Well, okay, let's get into game 2. We'll have to see which deck Silentstorm goes with. He cannot go with the face deck because he is playing Conquest. We're all playing Conquest, as a matter of fact. With Feigned Death, it's...
That'd be funny, like, only he's playing Conquest. This is very weird for this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is his Control Hunter deck.
Control Hunter deck, yeah. Is this the one that maybe struggled a little bit?
Did he struggle with this one or the Murloc one? I know it wasn't the face one.
I mean, he
Actually,
did 3.
He 3-0'd, so
yeah, but he struggled.
I think this was the one that was really close, though, right?
Yeah.
This is the one that Kibler almost got a win against.
I think so.
But
okay. Kolento's sticking to the Death Rattle. We see the same fire elemental. It just proves that it's the same deck.
Yeah.
But I talked about this yesterday a little bit. How I think with this format, it's the most forgiving to drop the first game because you know exactly what card you will not see in the future because essentially they're banned, and your opponent still has no clue what you're playing.
That's definitely a good point. I think that that's. Do you like that though? Like, I know that the one game lead in a lot of Hearthstone tournament formats is huge, and it actually, I remember at the beginning of Pro Hearthstone, it took like months for anyone to overcome that.
Yeah.
So, do you think it's like it's too big? Because I do like having an advantage winning game 1, right? But
well, he has an advantage. It's certainly an advantage, but I think this is like the smallest version of that advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably better like that. But look at this dropping. Is that Fugan or Stalag? I actually never really paid. I think
Stalag
it's Fugan,
is the dumb one. Yeah, Fugan's the good one.
Wait, one of them's dumb. And look, double Fugan, man. I've never seen this before.
No, but this favors the Shaman great. Oh my God!
Wow.
This favors the Shaman greatly.
Oh God, yeah, he has a Hex in hand, and he has a Sylvanas in hand. Oh, I'm so sad. I just really want to see Thaddeus come out.
Oh, we probably will. He's gonna kill off his dudes and like Hex. Oh, okay. You have to just be very careful. And I don't know if it's possible anymore without Unleash. Oh man, freeze trap.
Oh, that's a really good play right there. That was a strong. See, that's why the Unleash doesn't go in the Face Hunter deck.
Okay.
Because of moves like that. You got to look at it as a whirlwind on their side for 3.
Alright, well, Sylvanas comes down. What is... Do you just ignore this? It's 29 health shaman.
Sylvanas is such a
Probably not.
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For master.
This might be a disaster.
This could be. Uh-oh.
That's the good one.
Well, I guess he doesn't get a Thaddeus.
No, but now Kolento is forced into hexing here.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
Oh no, he's not, because if they both get Thaddeus, Kolento can then hex the Thaddeus.
Wait. But they
Oh no, they wouldn't get it. No.
they wouldn't, right? Because you have to have.
Wait, no,
Oh,
they
yeah.
would. If they kill each
Oh,
other,
God.
they would. They would. It would be the double Thaddeus rule. They would both get
my
Thaddeus
God,
in this situation.
this is fantastic.
Wow.
Well,
That
he
deadly
doesn't
shot.
want to trigger this. Oh wait, no, but if he's going to attack into this because then he can deadly shot the Thaddeus.
No, I think at this stage he deadly shot first, so Kolento just never gets the Thaddeus to begin with.
Oh, of course. Okay. But then you don't have a Thaddeus. Oh, I'm so sad. We're so close here.
Kolento is no longer happy. Oh, Kolento. No more Thaddeus dream. Alright, well, he's got an egg. You cannot take 7, so I think you just have to hex.
Yeah.
You might even... Do you Lightning Storm?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
not yet, no. You can Lightning Storm Fire Elemental next turn if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a bit more flexible. Alright.
Oh, actually, not a bad draw right there.
Not great though. I mean, it's easy picking.
Well, I guess the Lightning Storm can kind of wreck him, especially if he gets a Spell Power Totem. But
no, he's just gonna take
Safe
50-50. Whatever stays alive gets Fire Elemental.
yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, and then both of them stay alive.
That's still really bad because now Silentstorm can kill off the Fire Elemental with Hero Power. And his bow. Multi-shot, though. I guess you can attack first, multi-shot, and then Hero Power and bow the other. Yeah, that's pretty good. I kind of like that.
Yeah, you may as well clear it out. Shaman is running out of cards here, so... And if he doesn't get rid of that egg now, that Baron Rivendare could make it a little bit gross. Oh, wow.
Okay. I just feel like you don't make the multi-shot play here is you're probably just never using multi-shot.
Well, it's going to be like a totem killer, right? It's not really
Yeah.
gonna get
Like a
that much
finisher?
value. Yeah.
Perhaps.
It's like, okay,
oh my god.
God. I love it. It has to come out, right?
Yeah. And then KT comes out next turn.
Oh my god. What about Baron Rivendare, though?
That's true, actually.
This is an important moment to get 2 Thaddeus's.
Now, the problem is that Kolento can't actually suicide his Stalog at all.
Does he have like a lightning bolt in here? Let me check.
That could be bad.
No, he doesn't have anything like that.
Oh, you can't kill it with Stalog. Okay, now he can kill it.
This is a fantastic game already.
Yeah. The funny thing is, whenever you play Reincarnate Shaman and your opponent plays Deathlord, you often reincarnate their Deathlord. Because usually what happens is you're running few creatures and the ones that you have are really huge. So you often just win the game from that.
He's down at 7 though. I see.
Oh,
oh. Wait, didn't he like need that to? Yeah, he needed that to stay alive. He literally had to have that.
No, he could have drawn a top totem for 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
But that lets him KT, and I think KT is the right play here.
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
There is little time.
He is getting really close to death here, though.
Well, with KT, you put the hunter next turn 2 off lethal.
And this control, like it has an arcane shot for direct damage, and I think that's actually it. Yeah.
Like, how do you ever get through this? I think you just don't. I think you just stall.
Stalog?
I think actually you suicide both your guys in the Sludge Belcher and then Bomber.
I wonder.
Well, no, that's
Wait, that doesn't.
That's less targets. Because if you get one Bomber to face, you can reduce the number of turns. So maybe you'd even multi-shot, but no, you can't multi-shot Bomber, Senjin, and Hero Power, and you have to Senjin, I feel. So I think you suicide both your guys, then Bomber to hope to try to get one face, and then Hero Power. And actually, if you get 3 face, you'll win the game.
Ooh, I don't know about the multi-shot.
Okay, well now he's dead if he doesn't Senjin. Yeah.
Well, look, he can still roll 3 to face with Bomber next turn. It's the dream is still alive here.
Yeah, but it's much less likely.
Oh, does he have to big game hunter his 7/3?
No, I think you just run into the Senjin.
Oh, you're making me sad here. Why not the style plays? He has to be a little bit scared, though. I mean, he has not seen things like Kill Command yet. I think you'd look at this deck and be like, oh, I don't think it has Kill Command. I think it probably doesn't have Quick Shot either.
Yeah, with one copy of each of those cards across all 3 hunter decks, it's not going to be in this one. Not with a Senjin. Doesn't make any sense.
Still, if he can get 1 to face off of that Mad Bomber, which is possible, he could draw into like an Arcane Shot.
Oh, this is not... Is this good? I don't know if it'll spawn 2 Thaddiuses, because there might not be enough room on the board.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely shouldn't play that.
I think you just don't play anything, and you let it revive your Stalog.
There he is.
Yeah, you have enough lethal next turn to keep your taunt at full health. Yeah, perfect play. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult turn because you don't actually realize the interaction between the cards. Like I'm not even sure the interaction between the cards. So I think that's what most of the thought had to do with. Okay, well it's time.
Let's see it. Wait.
Oh!
What? Oh.
Wait, actually, because it went 1 face, no, it wouldn't have made any difference, would it? No.
Yeah, no, I guess not. But
he still needed that extra turn that he wouldn't have gotten.
yeah. All right, well that was a pretty sick game, I have to say.
Yeah, Kolento evens it up.
Enjoyed that one. Yeah.
Pretty good
All
stuff.
right. Yeah. So, yeah. Now his defense Death Rattle deck is out of here. So he has like the
He's got the
Murloc
aggro
Shaman.
Yeah,
and
Murlocs
aggro
with
mech.
spells and aggro creature-based mech shaman.
We might see Murloc Shaman versus Murloc Hunter. This is a real possibility.
And the best part about that is, some of these players made some mistakes in their deck building. Kolento made the mistake of not having Cold Light Seers, I believe.
Yeah.
He had 2 Cold Light Seers, so he has to replace those with 2 Salty Dogs, which is actually good, because if you're losing, that's a card you can't play.
Yeah.
And Silentstorm lost his Hungry Crab, which is in his face deck and his Murloc deck.
That is so funny that actually the mistakes all go towards Kolento there.
Yeah.
Oh,
both.
Please give me Murloc versus Murloc. I want it so badly. I want it so badly, Crip.
Just numerically, it's 1 out of 4. Let's see if it happens.
Come on. All right, it's Shaman versus Hunter. We're starting good. No.
It's
all right.
It's Control Hunter versus Mech Shaman.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means it could still happen.
It definitely. The odds are higher for the next game for it to be the Murloc versus Murloc. So this is actually a good thing, guys. This is a good thing. Take away your size. This is fantastic. Now we do see that awesome Stormpike Commando.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Stormpike Commando is pretty good. When people have to play garbage, that usually kills 1 piece of garbage, and it's still a body. So it's like, yeah, it's not quite Fire Elemental. But
that's true. It's not quite Fire Elemental. I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah.
It is certainly better than Priestess of Balloon or Core Hound. That's a fact.
Depends on the deck. Actually, Core Hound and Priest of Balloon both belong to Kaldi, and I think in Kaldi's handlock, Priest of Balloon is not bad because you really have no heal cards available.
All right. The Core Hound though has so far.
That card's not so good.
It's because people aren't playing it on curve, man. They're like, oh, I have better things to do.
You just need to slam dunk it on 7. Oh, Wind Fury, boys.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
All right, some absolutely wild.
I think I saw a slight grin on Kolento with that draw, by the way.
Well, that could definitely be a quick victory with that.
Yeah. The real question that I have is, when do you start attacking with this Shade? Probably not for a while, because you don't have many like huge creatures, at least not in hand.
Yeah, I think I'd save it for a little bit. You know, the bigger it gets, like the Wind Fury, you might be able to one-shot him in like 3 turns or something.
Okay, so you attack face there, you know it's not explosive, you know it's not freezing, so pretty likely it's Snake.
Yeah.
It's not certain though.
It's not misdirection. And now it's certain. It's a Snake. Oh, okay, so he actually goes ahead and just Wind Furies it now.
Okay.
That's a pretty scary board.
It is a scary board, I think.
But he has Stormpike Commando.
Yeah. Perfect answer. Look at that.
Wow. And wait, what was actually taken out for Stormpike Commando? I want to see if he would have been... Oh, he doesn't even do it. Is there a better place for Stormpike Commando? There will never be a better place. I'm actually really upset about this.
Actually, the flip spare part is not too bad here. I think the Bomb Lobber is still the winning play because you get some face damage in. It goes with Fen Creeper. Fen Creeper is actually a pretty decent card as well, especially against the Hunter deck that's playing fairly low curve. That 3 versus 4 attack from like a Druid of the Claw is not that significant. Though in this case it might be. Yeah. Okay, well let's try to go off memory here. So, Silentstorm mistakes were the Hungry Crab.
And that was the first mistake though, so that should be.
Oh, and Piloted Shredder. So Piloted Shredder.
Yes. Okay. Oh. Yeah, way better than Piloted Shredder, right?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe not.
Maybe not this time.
No. Kolento got to keep his Piloted Shredder, though. How about that?
Yeah.
It's fun to see Piloted Shredder make the cut in the mech deck rather than the Death Rattle deck, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's actually a good point. Alright, well, does get some usage out of that.
Yo, rip Wind Fury.
Yeah. Well, he would have had to rip the spider tank if he had used his poor Stormpike Commander, man.
Okay, I like the Piloted Shredder. It's generally more stats than Chillwind. That's why people like it. I don't know if I like that attack though. I feel like okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. I thought about going face, and if you go face, I think you want to put that damage on the taunt because the taunt is going to die to the Piloted Shredder. Or the Piloted Sky Golem, my mistake.
Yeah. Just trying to clean up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Well, seems like he kind of just has to run that into it. I think you probably run it into it. Oh, well, yeah, I guess it doesn't even really die anyway, so.
Okay. I like Sylvanas. If Kolento goes for some more trades into the 1/1s, I don't think he would, but if he does do that, he's going to have the Stormpike Commander to clean up.
Something needs tinkering?
Well, pretty quickly populates his board here. Time to go face.
Yeah, that feels a bit weird, doesn't it? Like, now he's going face?
Well, I think he's looking at this board and saying, well, damn, that's like a very powerful board out of Silentstorm. Like, he can... If you're trying to trade into that board, you're gonna end up losing that game. So...
Actually, it sounds
like
clear with Stormpike Commando on his own Sylvanas.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
I think if you unleash, it was maybe a bit better to suicide one of the 1/1s first.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good call.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yep.
Kolento's like, oh come on. Yeah, it's
That's
really
Storm by
hard.
Commando, man. That had a few places it could be played. That was actually really awesome.
Yeah. Now, usually when you start getting behind with a mech shaman, you're not out of the game because you have a lot of direct damage spells, but all those spells belong in the murloc deck of Kolento, so I don't see Kolento winning this one at all.
No, definitely doesn't look like it. And still like a pretty decent hand over here as well. Thing is, I think we'll see him trade in a little bit here. Like, I think...
Oh, man. Do you
I
realize
think he'll
how
kill the
much
Fellweaver.
information-
She doesn't know.
No,
Oh, wow.
Silentstorm knows he's gonna win,
Yeah.
so it's time to dig for info.
Seriously, he's actually figuring out, like, so many cards that are in all the rest of the decks.
Yeah. Actually, we get to do one less than Nyx, yeah. Kolento's like, damn, so much of a surprise factor. Yeah, I feel this, like, Kolento's gonna lose his deck and he has to play it again. So, I feel this puts Kolento at a massive disadvantage. Not only does he have to win 2 games, but Silentstorm knows exactly what's in one of the decks.
Yeah. Well, do you play that deck where he basically knows the entire thing already? Or do you go to Murlocs? There are 3 decks left here, and 2 of them are Murloc decks.
I think this is basically certain.
Well, we know that Silentstorm is playing a Murloc deck, right?
Yeah.
So basically, the only thing we can't have happen is for him to
replay
beat
this deck.
Kolento's mech deck.
Yeah.
Because if, I mean,
That'll probably happen now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I feel like it's hard to control the Murlocs without spells.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't think you'd play that if you're Kolento though. Like after your opponent saw it, you want to surprise him a little bit still. I feel.
All
right,
here we go. Oh, and it's time.
Is it?
Murloc versus Murloc.
Is it? I thought
is?
Shade was in the last deck, which was mech.
No, Shade was in what you remember it from was.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's,
the other
Silentstorm
side
with
It was-
Shade. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had it in his like Wind Fury Shaman deck. So yeah. But this is Murloc versus Murloc, guys. This could get absolutely crazy. I only see a couple Murlocs so far, and none of the buff ones. So
Well, Kolento has a lot fewer of the buff ones.
yeah, that's for sure.
All right.
No one's playing the best arena card either, unfortunately, right? The Oracle. Oh wait, no, Grimscale Oracle is in both of them. Never mind. Sick.
Yeah, it's really the big swings are going to be the Murloc War Leaders. Okay, Puddle Stomper comes down. Kolento has the easy clear. But is he going to take it is really the question. Or do you want to push for damage? You can Lightning Bolt the 3/2. I feel like if you're Kolento, you see that Murloc, you're like, yeah, I kind of figure out what's going on here, and maybe I need to save that Lightning Bolt for the War Leader when I'm starting to lose.
Yeah, could be.
But then you don't have an efficient turn. It is tricky.
Well, the thing is, if you do use the Lightning Bolt, you can't play your 4-drop the next turn anyways.
You're not playing the 4-drop next turn anyway.
Well, apparently not now.
Yeah.
Now there's no option.
No, I think it's good. I like the play from Kolento. Okay. Playing on curve. Ooh, he can Doomhammer next turn. Yeah, it feels like even though Kolento hasn't actually played any of the cards you wanted him to play, there's like no Murlocs at all.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just gonna crush Silentstorm right now. Because you have to keep in mind, like, with a spell heavy deck, all you need is like the early annoying minions to push for a bit of damage at the start, and that's exactly what Kolento is doing. So Silentstorm has like a really steep hill to climb with this one. I feel already like it's swung so heavily in Kolento's favor.
The Doomhammer just seems so insane here. Gonna help him clean up and deal so much extra damage.
Yeah.
He is starting to clean a little bit here with that shade, but that's just gonna fall down.
Dune Mall Shop.
And that is already a hell of a lot of damage going through.
Well, you're dead in 3. You're dead to the Doomhammer right now. By
Yeah.
the way. Like you need a taunt.
And this is his Murloc deck. I don't think there's actually any taunts in here. Let me take a quick look. No, there's no taunts and no life gain. Just to put that in, I guess, like, nope, his Shredders aren't even in the deck, so he can't even drop, like, a taunt or something like that. I guess he's pretty screwed.
Well, now Kolento doesn't have enough damage if Silentstorm can manage to clear, but then Silentstorm will also have to kill Kolento before Kolento draws a spell.
I don't know if that's too realistic.
No.
Neptulon will probably give him a Bluegill Warrior.
With his current hand, he actually can't even kill the Wolves. Alright. Oh, taunt spare part, boys!
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's true, though.
Yeah.
And it is Kolento, so he might just continue to clear minions. Who knows? I think
clearing minions is still pretty good. Is the thing.
Yeah. I think I would actually clear both these and taunt up my 4-drop Murloc, because he's actually 5 health. That's like pretty annoying to get through.
Okay. Well, he doesn't have the taunt spare part. It's Silentstorm with the taunt spare part.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Well, he saw Unleash, he lost to it, so there's no Unleash coming. He didn't see Explosive, did he? But he saw some of the other traps, and you probably have a concentration of traps. So if you're Kolento right now, like, this is the fun part about the challenge. You know you're probably not running into any traps or Unleash.
Gonna dig into this deck a little bit.
So there's a terrible Cold Light Seer. Harrison, though. That is pretty nuts.
Yeah, I mean, Harrison removes a bunch of damage from the board.
You can Harrison and then taunt.
Oh, that's sick.
That belongs in a museum.
Yeah,
Good draw right there.
Now,
got it.
The Murloc that was just drawn, I think, is the Tide Caller. That is the Murloc that synergizes with the other player's deck all the time, basically.
Yeah. And he has Neptulon in hand, which, I mean, when he drops that, that's like... That's going to be very annoying for him to deal with, unless
I don't think he's not going to
Bluegill.
too long. He's going to play the Flame Tongue and Suicide too, because that draws you a card, and that can give you lethal. Neptulon cannot give you lethal. That's close enough.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah, it is.
He's one turn off King Crush. How unfair.
Yeah, but King Crush doesn't do
kill
it.
him anyways.
There's no Hunter's Mark either. Maybe if there's a big game, and that's just too adventurous. It's just not
there's nothing there, and we didn't really see that many Murlocs buffing each other,
Sorry,
which is what I was really hoping for that really badly. But you know, I guess that's what happens when you can only have one copy of each card in your deck.
Not this time, man.
Oh, well.
Sorry about that. But still pretty good stuff. It is tied up. It is 2-2. The players are forced to play their final deck, and both players have some information. But Silentstorm is definitely ahead on the information game. Silentstorm got a chance to play into a Fel Reaver and see at least another 9 cards he normally would not have seen.
He basically knows the aggro mech deck. He knows most of the cards in it. So. But still, this is like kind of his weak deck. So
I think these are both players' weak decks.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Because for spells in the aggro mech, it's like he's got Lava Burst.
That's like it.
Bloodlust.
Okay. Well, you saw Bloodlust too, right?
Yeah, that's true. He knows that's in there. So Definitely gonna help him. Let's get into that game. See if
The hunt.
the Murlocs can be victorious here.
Let the hunt.
Oh,
begin.
Kodo. Kodo is a really good arena card, by the way, and again, in this format, I think it's so good. Like, you have to play creatures that are 2 or less. It's not like you have a choice. You're gonna run
Yeah.
out of cards.
I gotta say, I like Kolento's hand here quite a bit. That King Crush just sitting in Silentstorm's hand again.
Yeah, Silentstorm's hand is absolutely terrible, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Micro Machine boys! Micro Machine's really
that.
strong behind
Yeah.
him. This might just be over. Like, Silentstorm not getting a 2-drop. That has to be really unlucky.
Yeah, seriously. This is his Murloc deck, and he doesn't have a minion out yet? Like, he has 1, 2, 3... Well, no,
5
it's
1-drops, 6 2-drops. Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty darn unlikely.
No, it's a turn
Oh,
late.
man.
I
I don't even, like... These are all terrible.
These are all terrible. I think this might be like a Micro Machine game.
Yeah, it could be.
The Big Punch game. Oh my. Is he like dead?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, he's taking 5 here, and he's gonna take 7 next turn.
No, he's taken 7
that.
plus 2
From the
plus
Micro
6
Machine.
plus 1.
Yeah. That is almost lethal.
Plus the 1 archer. Is that lethal?
6 plus 7,
14.
13, 14, 15, 16,
No, it's
17.
like 4 off or something.
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
But he does have Lava Burst in there, so he actually can draw into lethal next turn.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think he should help him along with that Cold Light Oracle.
I don't think the Rock Fighter is in this one. However,
No, that's not.
it is in the Murloc deck.
Pretty fairly certain you do some face damage here.
I think you trade your 2-1 into the Tide.
I think
Yeah.
he should have done that first so that he could have drawn the +1 attack spare part if he was
I don't
going to
think
do
so.
that.
I don't think so
Yeah,
because no, it's like you have to play a Yeti here. It's not worth the damage. Still though, how do you come back from this? Up next on ladder, you know, everyone's playing Mech Shaman again. That deck's coming around for like the 5th time, and this time it's
Yeah.
a Micro Machine. Let's make it happen.
Looks like that's it. Basically, that's 10 damage still on the board there. Looks like Silentstorm is going to get eliminated.
Yeah, and Kolento is going to advance to the final match.
Well played.
Yeah.
How about that?
Do you think that his decks were straight up better than Silentstorm's here?
Well, I think Mech Shaman, and that's kind of what he went for, has like a pretty wild range, and I feel because he's not running spells, that range gets punished a lot if you don't get it. But he got it, so he crushed him. I don't know how likely it is. I mean, it's not like any of us have any experience with these decks exactly on consistency.
Yeah.
But I do think that these 2 decks are probably the 2 weakest decks of their lineup. And Kolento getting a good draw was just good enough to seal it. But very, very close set. Very, very close stuff.
Yeah.
3-2. Kolento goes through. Silentstorm's is gone home now. Up next, we will see Noxious versus Caldi.